What's up, guys? My name is Mikko Hytönen, and this is Jokes and More podcast, baby. A show where we talk about jiu-jitsu, life, and everything in between. We are capturing the magic moment after a hard jiu-jitsu training. If you don't roll, you don't know. Today, I'm joined by amazing world champion, last year world champion, purple belt, Janette Cloger. Welcome.
Thank you.
Finally.
Hello.
Amazing.
Wow, I'm in the Jokes and More podcast.
Yeah, you made it.
Pleasure.
How was the training today?
It was good. I got beat up as always, so that's great. That's I mean, a good training is always when you have like people that are better than you and people that are worse than you, right? You need both. So
I truly agree, and I read somewhere like somebody said like you're training in the wrong place if you are the best guy on the mat.
Exactly.
But sometimes it's hard because if you are the best guy at the mat.
No, but I think especially here in our Scramble Academy, we have a good mix of everything.
Yeah.
So the level is very high. So I think it's very hard to be the best on the mats if you're not Centauri.
That's it.
No, but yeah, we have a good mix. I like it a lot.
Good.
So
I remember when you came to train with us. You remember? You were 16.
I was 16.
Yeah, we are 21, yeah?
I'm 21,
so it was five years ago.
Yeah.
I still remember maybe the first trainings you came. And before that, had you done any grappling when you came here before that?
Yeah, so I mean, I started in Germany, I think it was like 5 or 6, and it was like in kids training, obviously, but it was like very fun, like kids MMA, I would say, when I started, you know. So basically, yeah, it was like a kids MMA training. We were doing lots of like striking based training, but also like grappling. I just don't think it was necessarily like Brazilian jiu-jitsu was, I mean, honestly, I don't know. It was mainly being able to defend yourself when something happens, you know. Well, honestly, until this point, like to whatever academy I will ever go in the world, my first one is always going to be the best.
Yeah.
It's just like the childhood memories, and I feel like my coach or the coaches I had there, they were just doing an amazing job of like showing kids discipline and like preparing them like for like real world scenarios.
That's a big point also, because we just talked with you before the podcast, like because nowadays many times for the kids, jiu-jitsu mats are the only place where it's like a order, discipline, and respect, and because the world is chaotic nowadays.
Totally.
And many of the kids, they don't have manners or anything. So in the martial arts world, there needs to be manners, there needs to be respect and everything. So I think it's
for example, we were wearing a gi, but our training itself, we weren't grabbing the gi. So if I think about it now, basically our coach wanted us to wear like a uniform because he wanted us to like, everybody had to have their uniform and their belt. If you would forget like your belt on this day, you would get like a special, like the pink belt.
Yeah, I've heard it.
And if you wear a pink belt, you would have to do everything like double. For example, if you would have to do 10 push-ups, that person would have to do 20, you know? So that's amazing. Like if I think about all these things that we did when I was a kid, like that's crazy now to think about.
Actually, let's dive immediately into that. So that was your first, and where in Germany this was?
Well, so this is called, well, I grew up like in Minden, let's say, but it's close to like let's say Bremen, Hannover, Bielefeld, like these are the places.
What age you started training? You're very young then.
I was like 5 or 6. It was like a very like kids class, and then I went to like a little bigger group and bigger group.
So you did kind of like it was early days of MMA, but kickboxing, standing up. Did you have like jiu-jitsu, like submissions and wrestling?
Yeah, we were doing like submissions, but we were like starting on the knees, like shake hands. And then I remember I would always just have like one move, you know, I was just grab like a headlock and pull them to the ground, and then that's it. That's all I knew. But yeah, I mean, it was always the best. And I remember like I always wanted to train. Like nobody had ever like forced me. So I started because my dad, he just put me into it because he wanted me to be able to defend myself, you know, eventually. So it was just this idea. My parents never did any like martial arts, you know, so my dad put me into it. And well, when I started, I always wanted to go. And like, I think if my mom would be here, her favorite story would be that if like there's kids that like you would have to force to training. And like, for example, you know, like the kids that are like, oh, I don't want to go to school. Like, and then like I was the opposite. I was like, I was like sick and bad, and I was telling my mom like, no, I'm gonna go to school, because I knew that if I don't go to school, I'm not allowed to train either.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not allowed to go to the gym. I can't see my friends. So I remember that one day I was like so sick, and then my mom was like, oh, you don't go to school. I was like, no, I'm gonna go, like, because I want to go train later. Yeah, she always tells that to everyone. So.
But what do you think? Have you just enjoyed always the training and the pushing yourself and since the early days?
Well, first of all, I always loved like the environment we had there. It was like the perfect thing between like discipline training, but also it was still very like fun. We had a lot of games, and just like it was amazing training itself. And then since I was little, I always had that thing that I want to be the best, you know. And we didn't have a lot of, well, actually we did have a lot of girls, but I always felt like I wanted to be better than the boys, you know. And as kids, it's possible, you know, because like girls and boys, like the strength is not that like big of a difference yet. Yeah. So I always wanted to be the best. And then I remember like later, like just before moving here, I could already feel the change of like, oh shit, I can't keep up with the boys anymore. Yeah, so that was quite frustrating. But yeah, I always loved to like go train. Like we actually had like, so our main training was like this like kids MMA training, I would say. And then we always had like Wing Chun, basically, or like a Kung Fu stuff. But my friends would never do it, but I would do everything we had in that school, you know?
I love that, because like martial arts, and that's maybe because you have come super successful because you have done it all. Not specifically only like, okay, I'm going to do now. Of course, you focus mainly on, jiu-jitsu, no-gi jiu-jitsu specifically, but you know, you have done everything, and you were having amazing. You remember when you came, we had these punching bags here. Boom, boom. You did nice. You were kicking up, and I was like, wow, that looks so cool. And we even talk about it, like, what kind of video we should do? I said, do some nice combos. You do such an amazing job.
Yeah, so. I remember. Yeah, it's.
Did you compete as a kid in Germany at all? You're just training.
Yes and no. We were like starting to do like kickboxing tournaments, but I would never have an opponent, you know, because we weren't really in like a big city itself. And even if we would go out of the city, it would always be very hard for me to find opponents, or I would fight boys, but it was more like an inter-gym tournament style. But yeah, I think if we wouldn't have moved, I would have eventually like started to compete like more like MMA style, like rather than the kickboxing. And even here, like when I came here, I was super MMA focused. Yeah. I feel like when Luke Burnett wouldn't have left and he would have continued in like the MMA streak, I would have still been on the MMA.
Yeah, because we had, back in the day, we had like a big MMA team. And because if you have a team, you need to have a leader who leads the pack. So
that was the problem of it. When like kind of the leader, let's say, of the MMA like thing left, that was kind of like the moment, because before, like I started the jiu-jitsu because the people, while I was doing MMA, the jiu-jitsu guys were telling me, oh, you should do jiu-jitsu. Yeah. And then I tried a class and I didn't like it, so I didn't go. Like, and then only because he left, I was like, well, okay, I'll just
maybe I'll try jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I'll just do jiu-jitsu then, I guess.
Yeah. But let's go back to, so the Germany, you started training. Well, you went to the school, so you're in the normal school. What kind of school you went?
Yeah, just a normal public school.
Did you enjoy it like normal school, or you just think about, I need to do it so I can train?
No, I did enjoy school.
You were good at school?
Yeah, I was good. Like when I finished school, we had like this like, when we had like the ceremony of when the people like finished the school, I had like, how is it, like just on the graduation, that's the word. On the graduation, they gave me like a prize because I was second best in the whole year. Nice. So I was good in school, obviously, because I had to go because of the training, right?
Yeah, because you cannot train if you don't go to school.
Yeah.
So mom, great idea.
Yeah, it was good. No, but I think that I just liked it so much as well because of my friends and like all the stuff. I must say I did not exactly enjoy the studying and the classes, but just in between, like being always with friends and people, that was the best. Oh my God, it's the best time of my life.
Good. Yeah. And I think like when you have been training from such a young age, it kind of builds your character on the understanding of the importance of the hard work and discipline. And I think that's one of the reasons why you became world champion, because you have been training so long and in martial arts, in anything in life, you need to just, it's not going to come easy. So when you started jiu-jitsu, you already had the work ethic, like to do it. You didn't need to, when you made the decision, like, okay, jiu-jitsu it is.
Yeah.
Then you're just training. You didn't need to push yourself to training, and you are.
That's true. Like, or if I think like now, so basically when I was like 10, I would say that's like the time that I most remember at my training in Germany. We had like, obviously our main coaches, but then we had like the coaches that were helping our coach, and they were like 16, I was like 16, 17. So, I mean, we're still like kind of in touch, like every now and then. But I remember when I was 10 and they were like 16, they would always like, they would never like cross the boundaries, but they were always like, just like, how do I say, not being mean, but doing like jokes and stuff with us kids.
Pushing you,
know,
maybe
like
a little
pushing.
bit, like,
Yeah, but never like crossing the boundaries. Like we still like love them as coaches. You know?
But maybe it was at least they tried to build you guys.
Yeah, like, exactly. So I was like 10, and then before I moved here, when I was like 15, 16, I was obviously much better with them because I was older. Like, and then we were like going out like more often together doing stuff. And then I remember I told one of the guys, I was like, I remember when I was little, one time I felt like you were so mean to me. Then when the training stopped, I was like crying in the car. And then the guy was like, oh my God, really? And then he said like, but you know what? We were always thinking like in a funny way, like if we guys just mean to you, like who's going to be meaner in the outside world?
You get used to it here, so you are not going to be.
Because they were always like, they were never crossing the boundaries. Yeah. Like we always like loved them. So it was just like a perfect environment. So we were prepared for everything in that academy.
And I think that's something also what we talk about before we started the filming, like the importance of that you have a good coaches, because I think like good coach has the passion to really make other people better.
Yeah.
Good coach thinks foremost other people first. Like you had this, did you have like this was the main teachers, or this was just a part of the teacher? Who was the kind of the main guy there? Was a black belt, or was it a jiu-jitsu guy?
He was a black belt. Like, well, how do I explain? We had like one main instructor.
Yeah.
He was like teaching the kids, but also the adult classes. And then we had another instructor that was teaching like a different kind of martial arts. But we did have like one main instructor, and he was very funny, like, and like he like just a great person, like let's say. But he was the one that was leading like the discipline part, and like I feel like probably everything like related to discipline and like the training itself was all his ideas, you know. And I do think that it's gonna be hard. Like even if I think one day if I would have kids and I would want to put them in a school like this, it would be hard to find a school like the one where I grew up.
Yeah.
Like that was great. Like it was just, for example, we had the rule so especially Germany, right? You need to be on time.
I feel you. I'm from Finland, so
exactly.
Everything is on time.
Yeah.
Done.
So every minute you're late, you had to do 10 push-ups for every minute. You know, not on the mat, on like the hard floor with the knuckles. You know,
old school.
Every minute.
Like a blood sport,
and then
man.
Kids would cry and everything, really.
Oh,
but then like you would go back, and we would have lots of kids, you know. So the amount of kids we had, like he needed to have that discipline, because if all the kids would just do whatever, like impossible. So we would have to have a way we sit, like everyone sits the same way. It was like a little like military.
But I kind of get it, because the reason also for military, I've been in military in Finland, so the reason also why we are so strict, because there is masses of people, and if there is something that needs to be, okay, we need to attack or whatever, everything needs to be well on the machine. So that's why I kind of...
Exactly. Imagine like 100 kids on the mat, just everyone just running around, talking, doing whatever.
Yeah,
like
it's chaotic.
No
but
way.
you have a good memories from the place and from the people. What did they think now when you were one of world champions? Did somebody send you a message, or have they following your career?
Yeah, they always like comment and like my stuff, or like they text me if they see something.
Yeah.
So I do wish we would have like a little more of a connection. I just think it's hard because I almost never like go back. Like I think I've been like twice since I left, and just like for like a week or two. But I do think eventually there will be a time again where we like get in contact more. Like I do have the wish of just having a coffee with like my old main coach. You know, just like sitting down, because I was always a kid you know, and like sometimes, like now I realize many times the things that he was like trying to teach us.
Yeah.
So I would just like to have a conversation with him about like all these details, or like maybe his memories of
Yeah,
me,
exactly. Kind
you
of,
know?
okay, now it makes sense, kind of, a
Yeah,
little bit more when
exactly. Like I would love to just like sit down and like have a talk. Like, so I do think that's gonna come.
it will come, and still you are, beginning steps of your career. You're a purple belt now, you're a world champion, but still, there is a lot to go. You're 21, there is still like, come on, if you stay healthy. What is your big dream as a competitor? You want to be black belt world champion?
Yeah, I would like to be like well known as a competitor, but at the same time also like I want the people to see like that I'm real, that I'm not like fake. How we were talking about,
yeah.
like how just in a podcast, like just be real, like a
Yeah,
normal
exactly,
conversation.
exactly.
I would love them to see that I like to teach people. Like especially I want to like just like get more girls into the sport. Like obviously I already see like all this like in the kids, there's so many girls, but just because I know how well it like just how good it was for my life or still is, I want to get as much like as many people in it as possible, especially like girls and kids. Yeah, to just be.
So it's great. It's great because you have this idea on background, and you are already inspiring a lot of people. And like you said, you like to teach, and I think you will be an excellent teacher. And actually, you are already. Actually, I invited you to meet us. I was doing this camp a couple of weeks ago. I had a couple of private clients, and I asked Janette to come there with me to teach them a little bit. So, and I think it's amazing that you're going to share kind of your path, and you have already inspired a lot of girls to start the sport. And again, your story is just beginning. It's going to be amazing what's going to happen now.
Exactly. Hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah.
So I do think like, of course, like the dream for myself, like is to be a black belt world champion, as many people want to be, right? So I hope I will continue the work like the right way, so I get that dream. But also this title itself, it just doesn't just represent, oh, you won worlds. It's like, it's a lot of hard work, right? And once you have that title, like obviously there's a certain point of respect, and people like then acknowledge like that you're actually good. Like unfortunately you need to like have these titles many times for people to wanna like learn from you and stuff. So that's when they realize, oh, that person is good. So you kind of do need that, like I do need this title to then be able to even help the people. Like first you need to catch their attention, you know? So I do think that once I have this, like I was talking like with somebody the other day about that, like I don't 100% exactly know yet what I want to do once I achieve like the things I want to achieve. But I do think that after a while I'll figure this out. And I do know that, like, for example, I don't know 100% maybe, do I want to open up my gym eventually or not? Because that's like the most typical thing, right? Like you win stuff and then you open your own academy. Like I still don't know if this is going to be a thing, but I do know that whatever I'll be doing, I want to like influence people like the right way, you know?
And I think
like,
that's the way, and it needs to be somehow related to this, because it might be teaching, it might be like whatever is inspiring people and just making them to start jiu-jitsu. So, and I think when you get, and already now, because purple belts are their advanced belts. They are already, purple belts are really good. And you won the adults world championship on a purple belt level, which is already amazing. And can you imagine even Sebastian Brochet, yoga for BJJ guy, my good friend, and you know him also very good. So Sebastian actually won purple belt world championship also.
Nice.
But I don't know if he won on a brown belt, but at least I think he won purple belt like double, like absolute, and his division.
Nice.
And he has created a massive career.
I know.
And it doesn't, and you already made it when you were 21, so I think that's going to be...
Yeah. The only thing that scares me is like I want to go now to black belt as soon as possible and achieve it, because all the little kids that are coming up, oh
they
my God, that's crazy.
Who do you think is the best girl fighter in the world at the moment?
Oh, like from like in general?
In general, jiu-jitsu.
Oh, I don't know.
Give me top three. Fionn Davis, one of them.
Fionn, probably. Well, this is one problem with me. I don't watch as much jiu-jitsu as like other people do. But, well, Fionn, obviously, like everyone knows
and she's
that.
amazing. She's also super fun.
Yeah. But then I feel like her age people, like I don't really follow as much. I like
Yeah,
see
they
a
are a
lot
little
of
bit
the
younger
girls like my age or younger.
What about Helena?
I
Actually,
don't
she
know
lost
as much.
now.
I
in
know.
Fries.
I saw against Sula, And that's always the thing. Like, you should not be scared to like fight the craziest people because, like, I remember one time I was talking with Santeri about it. Imagine you go like fight somebody where you think you will lose, and all of a sudden this person slips and you like win. No, like that's exaggerated. But imagine you win against somebody good. That can always happen. You know?
Exactly.
So obviously Sula in that part, like. It's good like that people see like, hey, she be one of like, the best girls,
exactly.
You know? But I like, so I feel like obviously I know more like the AOJ style, like the girls from there.
Sure. Tell me if you have somebody there who is in your mind like really good. Who's
So the Funegra sisters, it's 3. Okay. So it's Mia and Ashley, they're twins, and they have a little sister. She's 2 years younger and actually born on the same day as them. Can you imagine that?
What an odds!
I know, crazy.
It must be planned
somehow.
That
was a fun fact.
So it's a parents like, I want to have the birthdays on the same day. It's just more convenient.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you?
So all 3 have the same birthday. Okay, but they are crazy. Like Mia and Ashley already.
How old they are?
I think 18. Yeah. 18, and Mia had just got her black belt at Gi Worlds. And won 2 days after getting her black belt.
Oh yeah, I saw the story. Oh, this is the girl. Yeah.
Exactly. So them two, they're already crazy. But I think that everybody that doesn't know their little sister yet, Natalie Funegra.
Oh, they're gonna be in first surprise. So she's like a 16 now or something.
Yeah, they're gonna know.
Oof.
This is wild.
Unbelievable.
If I'm much heavier than her.
Yeah.
And if I would just use all of my strength and like just every technique that I know in this world, like she's still like with her poker face, like just like
just so composed, work. Like pump.
Yeah, mounted triangle.
Does it like almost like effortless, and at least it feels for you. And I think it's like when you fight with somebody who doesn't make it look effortless, it kind of you lose your confidence. When I fight against with Santeri, when he does everything like such a like it's effortless, and I'm struggling on the bottom. I'm like I'm trying my best, and it's like what is this? I think I'm pretty good, but I don't have nothing.
It just hurts your ego, right?
That's why I left my ego years ago.
Yeah, so I think they're the coolest. Also, like because I know them personally, they're like great people too. They are doing already what I want to eventually do is like having that good influence in people, like them, especially into little girls, because they're like teach there too, right? So they're already living something I would like to live.
Yeah, and it's like it's in jiu-jitsu also, in everything in our life. Many times we don't need to have a like clear idea. Like we just want to do something. Like I had a dream that I'm gonna live through jiu-jitsu, but I don't know. I'm not sure how. Yeah. But one thing, what I was sure that I need to train every single day to get that goal.
That's true.
Like the goal, what I didn't even know. But then, pieces started to, then these stuff happened and everything. So in your case, probably also it's going to happen like this when you just train. And the training is also, we make ourselves better.
Yeah, just trust your work,
Exactly, every single day.
Oh my God, with you, I remember like, when did you start with like all the Instagram and stuff?
I think it was
some time ago.
It was because you came. I was already doing the videos. I started, I think, 2020. So when the Corona show started, then we started to do the videos.
Yeah, I came summer 2019.
Yeah. So.
I remember when you started.
Yeah.
Like you were like always doing it, and you were like so consistent with it, and I could see like the growth. So. In that time, I was really focusing on my social media. So I was like learning all like the stuff on YouTube and like listening what people are saying. So and then I would like always, because I am like a person, I like try to have everything in like statistics. I have like my charts and everything. So I would write down every day how many followers I have, like then like their engagement and stuff. And then I would compare it to different people. And you were one of them. I had maybe like 8, 9 like people. And then yours was just going through the roof. Like that was crazy to see, And then eventually like I kind of like stopped focusing on it, and you were like still going up. And like now when I train in the States, I just hear like people talk about you,
that's the power of jiu-jitsu.
Sometimes you don't even know that I know you. You know, like it's crazy. Like they're like, oh, I saw you in this video with the Jokes and More guy. I was like, yeah,
I know him.
Miko,
We have been training
him.
together 6 years.
Yeah, I know him. Yeah, and the coolest thing is that I always tell the people that the way that you're in your videos, like in the podcast, everywhere is just the way you really are.
And I think that's the secret sauce. Like, because there is no secret, but I think that what people want to see is what we truly are.
Yeah.
If you are authentic, people will love you, because there is enough stuff on internet where people try to be fancy and they try to polish everything, and I want to look super good, and I don't think people want to see that. And especially if you want to create a career around you, and especially because it's going to be personal brand. It's going to be you doing whatever it is related to jiu-jitsu. So it needs to be like they feel the connection. And if somebody doesn't like you, you don't care.
And also, you're not going to be able to like fake a version of yourself for a long time, right?
No, and because then it would be like, then you cannot create. Actually, we talked about this also earlier with you, because I think when you're authentic, like I can make a video now 10 minutes talking about this bottle. And it's no problem.
I know you can.
Yeah, and you can also because like you're natural. So I think that's a great way, because if you are just who you are, then you can create a lot of content, because you are not trying to eventually kind of impress anybody. You're just doing your thing, and if they like it, nice. If they don't like it,
they don't.
I don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but it's amazing, and and actually one time last time when I was on my way to UK, I was in a passport control on the airport, because we go outside of the EU, and it was like 4 in the morning or whatever, and the passport guy looked at my passport like this, and I was like, oh man, here we go again. And then there was this another booth. He was, Ose, this is the Chico. This is the guy. I was like, oh man, I have not done anything stupid for 15 years. Why am I here again? And then they're like, you're the jiu-jitsu guy. I was like, come on. Customs officers noticed me. And they're go. But I was like, oh, here we go again.
Totally.
Some old fucking skeletons again.
That's cool. Like these moments are cool.
Yeah, and because sometimes it's strange, but I'm like super humble in that way. Like if somebody recognizes me, what happens actually quite often, and they want photos and whatever it is, I have always time for people, because if you like what I do, you kind of make me. So I have always time for people, because it's just so amazing, and just share what you love. And people love it so much that they become fans. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about it. Yeah, I just like in these moments, if you just think about like a few years ago, you would have never imagined this like happening. Or maybe you had the vision, but you weren't sure that this.
I didn't have the vision. I had just the idea that, and already I knew that the consistency is the key. When I started to do videos, like I was not trying to chase anything. And in jiu-jitsu also, like we are not chasing. This is a journey. And I was thinking about the same when I started to do the videos, because I started to just, my goal since the beginning was, I want to share my passion to the whole world. I want to inspire and make people happy and just show what I do. And then of course, it grew, and now it's a network of businesses and everything related to jiu-jitsu. But I'm still living the dream, and I that's my biggest dream, to just teach people, help people, inspire people, a little bit like you. Like we just want to lift other people through what we do, which is great. Okay, so let's go now. So Germany, and then when you came here and you started to train, what was the first competition? What you did here? I don't remember. Do you remember?
Yeah, Campeonato de Andalucía.
Wow, you remember?
But that was the first competition here. My first competition ever was Europeans. I was training for 4 months, and I was going as a juvenile 2 white belt. And
what was the experience? Let's talk this through.
This is crazy. Yeah. You remember Babak?
Yes, of course.
So Babak and Marta and Patri, like with them, like they were encouraging me to go, and like.
No, it was 2020. No, 2019.
January 20.
I was there. I remember.
At Euros?
I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching the Euros. I remember because Babak was then there.
Yeah, Babak.
And he promised you to have the parachute.
Exactly.
I remember.
Exactly. So. They were encouraging me to go.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. If I see my matches from that time, like I got second, so I had 2 fights and I got second.
So can you imagine a silver medal in Europeans in the first competition ever?
But if you would just see the fight, this is crazy. So my first match that I won,
Yeah.
the girl passed
You
my
won.
guard.
Yeah.
She mounted me, but I had like something on her head. So they didn't give her the points.
Yeah.
And then it looked like she was tapping. So they stopped the match. I was like, yeah. And then she was like, I didn't tap. And the ref was like talking to the other refs. So they could like continued the match, but she didn't get any points. And I got 2 points.
So then you eventually ended up winning.
And then like, I won.
Unbelievable.
That was crazy. And then the second match I just lost.
Oh, that's the first memory. There it all started.
But then Campeonato de Andalusia.
What was the first what tournament what you won?
Andalusia.
What was Andalusia?
And
How many matches do you
Spain.
remember?
No, I think just like three matches maybe. Yeah. And I remember that in the Nogi division, I didn't win because do you know Molly McCann?
Yeah,
UFC fighter?
Meatball.
She came.
She has been training with us here.
Yeah, she trained with us, and then I had to fight her at Campeonato de Andalusia in the
that's
first
right.
round.
I remember she was training with us. I remember.
Yeah. She was already smashing me in training, and then she was like, "I'm gonna do Campeonato de Andalusia."
Oh, why? Because that's where I'm gonna go.
Yeah, so thank you. And then I won every match except against her, and it was a cool match actually.
Yeah.
And then I remember Ibtisam was like training with us a lot, so it was so cool. Like me and Ibtisam would win the tournaments together, and then we would do the vlogs, right?
Yeah.
I would do like the YouTube vlogs. That's so cool. So we were like going to the competitions together. And then when I won the Spanish nationals same year, I wanted to go to Euros, but they didn't let me because I didn't have the Spanish passport.
Yeah.
And you need to have the Spanish passport to represent Spain.
Okay.
So I couldn't continue. And then the year after, Germany called me to fight for Germany. So that's what I did then.
And you're still part of the national team in Germany, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I don't know honestly now.
But do you represent them if you go some kind of, I don't know, competition?
So the UWW, where I was representing Germany, basically, like it was always very good. But when I started to travel to the States, they started to have like these camps in Germany, which they wanted me to come to, and I didn't really have like
possibility to back and forth.
Yeah, exactly. And also like I don't know, it was just not the priority at the time, I would say, because it would be a lie to say I couldn't, but obviously I could if I would really want to.
And I think your priority was your own progress also on training AOG and in the States. You're growing so fast, your skill set and everything. So I think, you couldn't do the same if you go there. So it was just prioritizing and you felt like this is, and you need to do these decisions during your career. So,
I did 2 years like with them. So at the Worlds at least. So I fought Worlds as juvenile. I won, did I win? I think I won Nogi and lost in the gi in the final. So I had gold and silver. And then the year after I was adult and that's why I did double bronze. And then since then I didn't anymore.
Let's talk about the competitions a little bit more. So we had this, we started now, we are traveling here and any kind of crazy memories from the tournaments, what has been happening in a good or bad way, some kind of crazy submissions, crazy stuff happening,
I always
missing
think
the
worst thing, like actually bad things were always the weight cuts, like the crazy unnecessary weight cuts we would do.
Yeah.
Like me and Tisam and the boys. Like the boys before they would struggle a lot. Now, like we can see that like Joel Vincenzo, like they're much better.
Yeah,
right?
Now it's more effortless.
But that was crazy. Like I remember for ADCC trials last year, I think me and Joel in like one day we like lost 6 kilos in the sauna. And like, why? Like just because we didn't have the discipline like the weeks and months before to eat well,
Very well said, because it's like when you know that you're going to need to be on a weight specific date is not a problem if you go gradually, like this, slowly towards your goal. But again, you guys are all young, our competition team, you are so, but it's great to hear that you kind of understand the process, not all like, okay, we're going to do it just like we did before. And then you're going to drain your body. And when you're going to do that all the time, that's going to, come on, that's going to.
Yeah, I feel like fighters in general, it's a big topic. Like we all struggle a little bit, like the competitors, I would say. Like we struggle with like food behavior, you know, and like the weight cuts, like going up and down with weight. That's something I'm working on right now, like, because I do struggle still with it, but now I want to like try to always like be in a certain weight and like not do like crazy cuts, and decide that if I can't make weight for a certain tournament, then just like not to do it, you know?
That's great. And I think like always the best idea, of course, if we can, we need to be as close to the fighting weight as we are if we are like always, let's say we are 2 or 3 kilos over.
Yeah, that's
the optimal.
Yeah.
But it's just like optimizing your life, because like when everything, you know, runs smoothly, you're now finding that you are building the way to do that. What about when you compete? Like, because you have been competing since you're very young, do you have any kind of nervous, or do you have any kind of a system you listen to specific music, or what is your kind of a prepping for the competition when you're on the venue already?
Yeah. No, I love to, if I have the option, like if I don't fight like first day, I love to be there at least the day before to like adjust to the environment, like see where everything is, you know. And then next day, like I like to be there early enough, you know, to just like settle down. So at first I don't listen to any music. I just like feel like the atmosphere. And then if it gets closer, then I listen to music. And, you know, normally I'm very a person, like if there's still like a lot of time, if I don't compete or something and I'm there, I love to talk to everybody. You know, I'm always like very like
social
like,
and
talk to
open
me, exactly,
and
like
engaging
social.
with people.
Yeah, and now I'm trying to like, when I compete, okay, like headphones in, like don't talk
now
to me.
Now you go in your own kind of.
And even that is hard for me. Like sometimes I'm like jumping, I'm like about to fight, and then there's like a camera guy or somebody I know, and I'm like,
and of course, and because you don't want to be rude, so you are not gonna ignore. You are just like, okay,
yeah. So I still like it, but I mean, I think everybody gets nervous, you know. Like, I'm actually sure everyone is nervous, but some people are just better in like hiding it.
Is your style more of you're building a rage, or you're building a looseness, like okay, I'm gonna go there, I'm relaxed, or like I'm gonna go there and rip the head off?
I prefer to go like beast mode for sure.
I like it.
Like people tell me a lot that I'm a very different person and like fighter on like training and competition. Like it's a big difference. Like because in training, like I kind of managed to stop having any ego at all. Like, for example, when I train at AOJ, especially, like because there's all these girls, you know, like not just like like here's more guys, right, that I train with, but at AOJ, so here I like don't have any ego at all because they're boys and they're heavier and stronger. But then of course at AOJ I have girls that are lighter than me, like or a belt lower or something, and still I try to not have ego in training, and I just try to be as technical as possible, you know. So I like to have that approach. In training, I'm like very chill. Like I don't care if you pass my guard or choke me three times.
That's so interesting, because I was just talking about this, I think with Santeri and also other guys, because like me as a professional teacher, for me it's just because my job is to make other people better. So many times I let my positions, I let people pass me, and I try to hide it on the way that they don't understand it. And I just, you know, I just don't care about this. And I was thinking about, like, as a competitor, it must be hard to keep this kind of, that you are not trying to win every single round. And I was always curious about the idea that you are not creating these bad habits. Like, okay, I let them to pass a little bit and you do the same competition, but you can switch it, like in a training, you're in a training environment when you compete. Is it easy to do the switch?
I feel like I can, you know? I did hear like the coaches, for example, at AOJ say a lot that you need to like you can't build bad habits in training, or like the way you train is the way you're going to be competing. So I did hear them say that, and I'm not going to like disagree, of course not. I just feel like for me, I am kind of able to have that switch.
That's great. That's great, because I think that's also going to make your journey more enjoyable. Yeah. Because if you're every day when you train, if you are like in a beast mode and like nobody can score a points against me or whatever, I think that, you know, cuts a little bit of the enjoyment of jiu-jitsu, because this is still fun art, you know, failing an error, doing stupid stuff and getting caught. I think that's the beauty of this art, that when you don't need to try to, you know, play your A game all the time. But that's so interesting. But I think that's also because you are a martial artist, you have done martial arts since a kid. It's not like, I think your ego is in a great place and you have been competing so much. So you kind of know it already. And also, like, I think it's a great. And also, think about your future. If you're going to be teaching more, if you're going to do whatever it is, it's a great way to have like this kind of open mindset.
Yeah.
Because it's going to make your teaching
imagine
career.
you just like heard all of your students just have an ego with them.
Yeah, exactly. But it also happens, and you know, people are different. But this is, I think, this is the optimal mindset if you can do it. So that's great.
Yeah, especially training related. Like, I would like to take the Funegla sisters again as an example because I really like look up to them. So when I train with them, so they're light featherweights, right?
Yeah.
And
So what is the weight difference compared to you?
Yeah, so I think that light feather is like 53 kilos in the gi. And I usually weigh around 64, 65 when in not competition. You know, I'm like around, 63, 64, I would say, maybe something like that. And then like usually if for big tournaments, I would like to be at 58 in the gi, you know, so that's still a category over them. But in like training, I'm like much heavier. So this is right now what I'm figuring out with the weight, right? Like I'm still processing. But so basically, I feel like I'm much heavier and much stronger than them. Like I feel it, but they're technically like so much ahead of me. You know, so
can you kill their game? Can you pin them down and kind of keep them on the?
So that's the thing. Like when I spar with them, for example, in training, I try to be as like technical as I can be. You know, because obviously, imagine I would just go super wild and I do like crazy stuff and I just like grab them hard or like I just push them or something. I do think that technically, because like they're so good, so they could find their way around like my strength and everything to still like beat me, let's say, but they're not going to want to train with me, you know? And me personally, I prefer to like be as technical as possible with them to eventually like, because I know myself, if I go wild in training and I just like do whatever, after the round, ask me what happened and I'm not going to be able to tell you.
Okay,
you know?
and
I'm
that's
like,
because then you don't remember. It's hard to, you know, learn something because you are not processing, you are just
I just go and then I don't learn anything. So especially with them or people like them, I like to be very technical, very calm and like process and see what's going on, you know, to then like eventually, hopefully be technically close to like, of course, like hopefully better or like close to their level. So so I can beat them like technical wise, you know, and of course this is going to take a long time, but that's the way to it. If I just fight with the people that are better than me in like a crazy way, they're not going to want to train with me.
And that's exactly what I do also when I fight against guys who are better than me. I try to kind of feel and understand like how they, you know, position their weight and everything. Like there's a lot to learn, but if you just try to, you know, go, I agree, it's hard to learn. But if you fight against somebody who is better than you, it's fascinating. It's fascinating when you go into technical mode and you see, like, for example, with Santeri, how he controls his weight. That's amazing. Like I feel like you're glued to the mat. Like, okay, now I have my sweep. Nothing's gonna happen. Like how they position, it's millimeters, but they're just in the right position. It's fascinating.
And that's the cool thing about jiu-jitsu. It's really the little details. Like tiny things.
Yeah, everything matters. The smallest details. And I think the better you come, the smaller the details become. There is such a fine line of like, am I gonna sweep you? No. But you're not going to move at all. Your weight is just on the right position. Yeah, it's fascinating.
Yesterday I had a private session with a girl, and I was telling her, I don't know why we were talking about it, but I was saying that not always it's just like the strength, because obviously like she's a white belt, right? So like white belt people, of course, they go like super like strength and like they don't understand yet that it's mostly technique. So I gave her the example, like if you look at a black belt world's finals, these people most of the time or many times sometimes start like super like slow, you know, they're like super like all technical, no strength, like especially like the lighter guys, because they know if you just go there and like go like super hard and like strength, you'll just get tired and don't get anything out of it, you know. So it's the little details, so like slow, you know?
Yeah, I kind of get you, and actually yesterday I hurt my neck a little bit, and actually I was talking with Spider today before the training, because I'm such a nice guy, So I let the white belts, have positions on me. And yesterday, I let them to take my back and everything. I hurt my neck a little bit, like nothing bad. But then I was like, sometimes I'm like, why the I give always, I give them so much. So I let them to yank my neck and then I escape on the last second. But why I'm torturing myself?
Yeah.
And especially the white belts, because they squeeze so hard and they're like, this is the biggest round of their life.
Yeah.
Like if they have something, like even shallow grip or whatever, they really keep it. And I was thinking about maybe I should,
Maybe
of course I'm not going to
stop
change it, but maybe I'm not going to give so much because I don't want to hurt myself. And again, it's not their fault. But again, this is a good tip for all the white belts. I think it's very important when you fight against somebody who is much better than you, follow their rhythm.
Yeah.
Like don't try to, if they're loose and nice and calm, don't go 100%. Follow the rhythm. Just go in their level. And if they start to add something, just try to follow the rhythm also, because jiu-jitsu is about rhythm also. Like you're not squeezing all the times because you are burning yourself. So when to squeeze, when to be heavy, like try to learn. But white belts, they are dangerous. How many actually privates you have been teaching now? A lot of privates. No?
Well, I had 2 little girls, like not right now. But maybe we'll start again. We're just talking about it. So I have 2 little girls. I think they're 10 and 8.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Nice. They're like sponge. Like they must learn so fast.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I love. And I just started to teach another girl in the Honorable gym.
Yeah.
So I'm there every Thursdays. I do the strength and conditioning with Theo and Marta.
Nice.
And then after that, I started to advertise the private sessions there.
Good.
I'm slowly getting into it.
And that's it. I started to do most I've been doing privates a long time, but I started to as a purple belt. I started also. And for everybody who is thinking about it, I highly recommend Janette's privates for guys, girls, whoever. I truly do. And I wouldn't say it if I wouldn't really believe it, because I'm also an honest guy.
You.
And I really think that it doesn't add any value if I say that you're a really good teacher and you are not.
Yeah. And then somebody comes oh my God, I can't believe
and because you already know me, so I would probably say Janette, this is not going good. We need to find a way how you're going to get better.
We need to improve that.
Exactly. But I highly recommend it for everybody. So that's amazing. Okay, so now we have been going a little bit of the competition, and we are here okay, you have been training with us 6 years, and let's talk about States. So when was your first trip to United States, and where you went to train, and where the idea came, and where it all started?
So
USA, baby, tell me.
Yeah, the first time, I don't know what year it was, 2-3 years ago, Santeri and Joel went to Nogi Worlds, and I saw their stories, and I was like, oh my God, that must be so cool. And for me, the US, the States, was how I feel it's very typical in Europe. We see the States as oh wow, that's the crazy thing,
And because all the
USA,
movies and it's
exactly, it's oh wow. So in my mind, it was eventually, once I already built up my career and I'm super good, that's when I go to the States. In my head, it was you need to be successful to be able to go to the States, crazy stuff. But then it was I wanted, what year was that? It was 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2023. Now it's 25.
So. So I decided I want to do gi Pan Ams and I want to do gi Worlds. So the decision was, do I go, fight Pans, come back, and then fly again?
Yeah.
Or do I go and then stay there all this time until Worlds and then come back? So my idea at first was, I'll go. I did Pans. I stayed with Douglas and Vanessa in Florida. And then I decided to go to AOJ. And I remember I was asking Santeri after training once, because in my mind I was should I go to AOJ or should I go to Atos? And Santeri said that he would go to Atos, but I should go to AOJ. That was his answer. I was cool. So I decided to go to AOJ, and the next time when I go to the States, I'm going to go to a different academy, which obviously did never happen.
Because you were bonding there.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I decided to stay there the time and then fight Worlds, and I felt very good. In that season, I didn't compete at all except Worlds and Pans. Right, I didn't do any tournaments in between that. but I felt very good, and I loved the training. I loved the environment. I felt like I was learning very quick. So my goal there was already, okay, I'm gonna do the same stuff for the Nogi pants and worlds, right? So this did not happen. I did not come for pants, but I went to like Nogi worlds, like for the Nogi training. So, and then I already had like a bunch of friends there and a bunch of people. So it started to obviously be for the training, but also because I liked like the life there with my friends. And so that's when I decided, okay, I want to go more back and forth. And now I'm trying to be there like a little more full time. You know, last year was the year where I most competed, where I was most successful, especially in the Nogi scene, right? In the gi, I still haven't figured out my way yet.
But you are still training also with gi, yeah?
Yeah, I do both.
I love that, because there is like most of the people nowadays who are really good in gi or no gi, they are specializing, they do only that, but I love that you do both.
Yeah, for me, we train in the academy, it's mainly no-gi now, right?
Yeah.
At AOJ, it's still mainly gi.
And
You know,
with
so-
white gis, yeah?
Yeah, that's true, with white gi.
Let's talk about the AOG a little bit, because I remember when I started to train, and I remember my first, actually still one of my favorite passes from the half guard is over under. I put the hand over and I grab the knee. I've been teaching this many times. And actually I saw it from, I think it was Rafa's video like 9 years ago on YouTube. And I think that was great. And I have been, you know, working around that, and it's still my favorite pass. So because I have always I think that the guys' jiu-jitsu is amazing. And I love the idea that they are not the biggest guys. They are not like, you know,
exactly.
Oh, I'm gonna throw the guys. They are smaller guys, but they do stuff that I have never seen before.
Yeah.
Like how they move, they're like, what is this? Tell me what is trained with them.
They call him the magician, right?
Tell me how is trained with them, and what kind of is the training? What is the structure of the training and stuff like that?
Yeah, so the main competitors, they train in the mornings. Like some of them train at night as well, but mainly in the mornings is from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. is Tainan's class. And then from 7:30 to 8:30 is competition class. So comp class is every day, and it's like the class where we mainly spar.
Yeah.
You know, it's like there everybody goes like 100%, I would say, everybody like it's a simulation of like an actual competition. And
so there you want to win.
Yeah. And Professor Guy is basically, he is the one choosing your partner.
Okay.
So it's not like an open mat style. So you have either a partner or a group of people where you like turn. So he chooses the partners for you. And sometimes he just like walks around and is like, okay, you're gonna like just only do guard from now. You know, like he knows your
gives
weaknesses.
you these small challenges and kind of.
Yeah, so
I like it.
It's very tough. Like he has a very good eye on like what person should person should train with who, and like, you know, he just doesn't say, oh, you guys just go. Like no.
Yeah.
And there's tough. Like there's no laughing, no talking. Like this class is
like
intense.
We do.
Yeah. And then right after this class, it's still Guy's class, 1 hour of like mainly just technique. And I feel like with him something very special is that comparing him with other instructors, what I saw that many people like to be teaching like one certain technique, you know, like you grab here, like 1, 2, 3. But what he does is he explains systems rather than techniques. So basically like one system could be like while you're passing, always like think of like walking to the head for like to the person like just loses like the control. Like if you rock to the head, like the person, I don't know, it's like one system, walking to the head.
A little bit more.
Or catching the head from different positions, like from guard, from passing. Like so that I think is the biggest difference to other instructors. And that's after that class, usually people leave, or then we have a no-gi class in the morning right after. And and then the kids, the juveniles there, then they go lift, and then they come back to teach. The small kids, and then the kids are there the whole day.
What do you think is the biggest thing that changed in your jiu-jitsu while training there? What is the or do you think everything changed, or do you just think that you kind of found your potential there, or what do you think that has changed when you have started training there?
I think that just the whole, well, obviously the mat time, here, I would say I train like maybe like 3 hours a day, right? For example, if we do morning or maybe even less, right?
Yeah.
What's our training here?
Yeah, because night training is usually 1 hour.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Or like
maybe 2.5
Tuesday,
hours.
Thursday, 2 hours, right? So I would say max 3 hours training, right?
Yeah.
And there it's not. There is like the whole morning block from like 6 to 10:30 plus 2 hours at night, you know. And I feel like the biggest difference there is so much technique. Like only in comp class we like there you need to spar.
Yeah.
In all the other sessions it's mainly technique, and if you want you can spar, but it's more focused on like the technical part. So that's what I think is like the biggest difference. It's like the amount of mat time, like the time that you're spending on the mat, plus doing the techniques. And then obviously there's like so many like good people, like one of the best people in the world, you know, like, so you see them train, you see like
and
how
you're
their
in that
lifestyle
environment
is.
that they're super successful, and it's always if you want to, you know, achieve something, it's really important that you also kind of be around with people who have kind of made it, and kind of there's atmosphere, there is this energy of, and Tainan, for example, come on.
Yeah.
I was just watching his instruction about guillotines, and again I was like, okay, I never even thought about to do it like that. So, but that's the beauty of jiu-jitsu. Like you are always learning, and this guy was doing it to everybody. So I was like, wow, how do you do it? And it was totally different what I was thinking about it, because I was always thinking about like keep everything super tight.
Yeah.
But he kind of creates a little bit of space so he can push little the head out. Like, just the head doesn't pop out. Yeah. No, because when you do it right, I was like, unbelievable. But
the little details there again.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I feel.
But again, the time on the mat, like the time on the mat, and also the level of there. But it's just like there's no secret. So it's just grinding in, go there, give everything. What do you do in States off the match time? Do you do any kind of stretching or kind of? No, you don't.
Wait. So we have to, like, the first times that I was there, I was doing every single session that they just had in the academy. So it was waking up at 5 a.m. I would walk there half an hour, you know, like I wake up at 5, leave the house 5:30, walk there 30 minutes, 6 a.m. training until like 10:30. Then I would go home, I would like just shower, eat, and then literally sleep for like 3 hours and just wake up for the next session at 5, you know, and then go home and then again sleep. That was every day. And then like from time to time, people were telling me like, hey, like slow down here and there, like don't do like go out a little bit more, like do some stuff with friends, like beside training as well. So at first I was like, no, come on, don't.
Yeah.
But now I'm trying to implement it. I started to lift there too. Like before I wouldn't lift while I was there. So now I'm doing that as well. But I mean, now I'm trying to have a little bit of normal life too. Before it was just crazy. But
it's, I think it's finding the perfect mixture. And also sometimes, I think it's also like sometimes you're training all the time, but because still you're training every single day.
Yeah.
But I also believe that when you want to be best in something, like how much you can put time on it. Like when I started to do jiu-jitsu, I was training only once a day, but I was studying maybe 6 hours a day. And really 6 hours. Like I have my notes and I was like obsessed. I was like, okay, I need to put this time in. If I only train 2 hours, I go there, I do whatever, then I'm wasting something. I'm leaving something on the table because I want to put everything, and it's same like that. So if you really want to eat, sleep, go back to training and just cycle that.
But I think like here we have people that compete, of course, and they're my friends. But then the difference is that at AOJ, almost everyone that is on the mat, of like sometimes 100 people, is having the same goal as you, which is just have crazy training. Like I don't know, it's a big difference that when people are all very serious about their training and just the environment there.
I think it's lifts you naturally, and also because like you get into this, this wave where everybody's behaving and we are, eye on the ball, we are chasing basically the same stuff. So I think that's a great position to be, like for a growth. Like you're probably growing there.
Yeah.
Also mentally, probably
mentally
quite a lot.
lot.
What about the tournaments in States? What has been of course, world champion. We're gonna go that later. But how they kind of when they do the tournaments there, you have been traveling there also quite a lot. What is the tournaments there? Is there like a lot of girls always fighting, or what kind of tournaments is it?
I mean, the biggest difference is that there, if you want to compete every single weekend, you can compete every single weekend.
So there is a lot of competition.
Especially the area where AOJ is, like South California, is full with jiu-jitsu and full with tournaments. Like, of course, always like IBJJF like opens everywhere, or about like in the States, but also like other organizations, right? They have like Jiu-Jitsu World League. I don't know if you know that. It's like just in the States. So they have like a lot of different tournaments. Obviously, not always they're like full with people. Like once I did like a San Jose Open, and in the gi was quite full, but then like no gi was like very empty. It just had like one girl. Like this happens there too, but just the amount of tournaments that you can do there, and like the amount of like experience. Like I said, last year I competed so much. I did like the Europeans first, and then did I do gi pants? I don't even remember anymore. But then I had so many opens. It was like Orange County Open, San Diego Open, San Jose Open. Every 2 weeks I competed, right? Oof. And then there was Worlds.
And in the between, training, eating, sleeping, training.
So, no, I think like the competitions, there's always...
There's a lot of... Any kind of memories of random tournaments? What has happened there?
Well, I fought Sarah Galvin like 4 times, but let's not talk about that.
No, why not?
No, like I fought her first time San Jose Open in the category and absolute, and then like San Diego Open 2 category and absolute. Like it was a good experience. I feel like it's always very nice to fight very high level people, because it's cool to have matches where you can think, oh, I don't have anything to lose, right?
Yeah.
Because all the pressure is on that certain person. If you have that title and people think this certain way about you, then the pressure is on them. If I would have won, like that would be like, oh my God, Janette Cloger won against Sarah. I lost, like nobody even knows.
But it's same like if you go like compete. I always recommend to my students, like when you get a new belt, go compete immediately after you get the belt. Because let's say I get the purple belt today and I'm going to compete next week as a purple belt. I'm thinking about like I just got my belt.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to lose, it's like I was expecting that because I just got my belt.
That's true.
So then it's like but then it's off the charts. And if you, for example, won your first match, I just got my purple belt. I got the first win.
Yeah.
So,
and that's like a little thing that I see in the AOJ system is that I feel like there they give the belts once they think that you are already going to win in that belt.
Oh, yeah. So it's like not like, okay, now you can hang barely with the purple belt, so here you're a purple belt. No, like you're beating most of the purple belts, then you're going to get the purple belt.
Yeah, like that's at least like how I feel it.
Yeah.
Like if you take me as an example, I won No-Gi Worlds as a purple belt. That was December, and now we're already like almost August of this year, and I'm still a purple belt, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the whole plan was for me to do Gi Worlds and win that too, but this year it didn't go as planned. Like I didn't compete I didn't do like all these tournaments at all. So I was off the competitions until now, and just because I didn't do Gi Worlds and I didn't win, I didn't get my belt, like I'm still gonna be a purple belt for now. I don't know how exactly this is gonna be, if I'm gonna be a brown belt right before No-Gi Worlds, maybe, who knows. It's just kind of weird for me still like being a purple belt and maybe, let's say hopefully doing No-Gi Worlds and then as a purple belt again, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, and can you imagine, because you have won that already and then you go and somebody submits you in the first round. What is this?
Exactly.
It's so strange,
yes.
kind of a mindset.
Yeah.
Because in your mind, like, okay, I already beat this division. I'm the best here in the world. So like, why do I need to prove myself again?
It feels like I can only lose.
Yeah, exactly. And because if you are winning, it's like, I'm supposed to win. You are a champion.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you don't win, what is this? You are a champion and you lost. Like that is not only bad options.
But I do like have that trust and like the coaches there, like for their like decisions, and it's kind of like we're like waiting a little bit. Like we're focused now on like No-Gi Euros, like mainly. I wanna like hopefully have a perform, because I've never won Euros.
Oh, yeah.
I've never won Euros in the gi and no gi at all.
Maybe this year is the time.
So,
is in Rome? No.
I think so.
Well, when is going to be the
usually
no gi
it's
Europeans?
October. So my plan was, because I'm waiting for my like athlete visa. I'm going through that whole process. But if everything goes fine with that, then my plan was to do no gi Euros, and then usually it's pants right after that. But this year they do pants first and then Euros, so this already doesn't work.
No, because they need to be back and forth.
So I'm gonna do Euros, and then let's see how this goes. To then, like, we're gonna see if everything is good with my visa and I can go to like the States end of the year for Worlds. Let's see how this is gonna be. Because right now my focus is I want to find what exactly is my weight class gonna be. Like this is our focus while we're still waiting. Because last year in no-gi, I basically won everything in the lightweight, like 61 kilo division. But eventually, as a black belt, which is the ultimate goal, right, to win the things as a black belt, it's going to be very hard for me to do that in the black belt division, because there the girls cut way more, so they're way bigger.
Yeah.
So I will have to do that at the weight class like 56.
Yeah.
So I'm trying already to like get like used to that division and start to win there.
I think you could be comfortable on the 56, but it's a long-term process, because it needs to, like, we need to modify a little bit, like the whole composition, like how it's gonna be. But I think that's
so that's what I like there. Like everything is very planned out. Like another thing is like there you don't just get your belt randomly. You always know before you get your belt.
Yeah.
Like the competitors, the professor always talks with them before giving them their belt, so it's never a surprise.
Oh.
You know.
With us, it's always a surprise. Even
I remember how I got my purple belt. That was crazy. Just like Santeri pulled it out. You know, like I didn't even know. Like
it's always. And when I got my black belt, because I was talking with Santeri, because there was this film crew from UK, and they were contacting me. They said, like, Mikko, when you're gonna get your black belt, we would like to fly there and kind of film it and, you know, make it a thing. And I said, okay, sure, I can ask my coach. And then I said, Santeri, there was this film crew, they want to come here when I would. So I don't want to I'm super respectful. I was like, I don't want to ask him about my belt, but, you know, can you inform these guys? Like, I don't know how we're gonna do this. And they was like, yeah, we will see. And then one day, but he wants to have the control, and I respect it. It's totally
good.
It's totally fine. It's totally fine, because it's always like it's something. Is also, if you give him the belt, you deserve it. You know, he doesn't. He's a tough guy, and he you know, you need to earn the belt. But there is many ways to earn it. But everything requires the same. Grind your ass on the mats all the time. So there is no easy way, but you just train and push yourself. So, and again, it's always like the belts will follow your skill set, not the other ways. So like when you become good enough, the belts will get darker. That's naturally, it's not the opposite.
Keep rolling until your belt turns black,
exactly,
right?
Exactly. I love that expression. Okay, let's go to the cherry. So last year, you won the Worlds. This was in November. So let's talk about the preparation first and then the competition. So how was the preparation for Worlds last year? Where it started, your preparation, and how it went?
Wow, let me think. So after gi Worlds, I came back here, and I feel like here definitely the preparation started already, right? Because our no-gi training here is always wild.
Yep.
It's always crazy here. So I feel like here I was already training like very well. The training here with the boys, no-gi is always crazy. So here it definitely started, because once I flew back, I flew to no-gi pants right away.
When it was the no-gi
That was October.
Yeah, so 1 month more or less before the Worlds,
Yeah,
no?
I would say 1 or 1.5, 2, maybe something.
Okay.
Yeah. So I flew to no-gi pants, and I won no-gi pants already. You know, I won pants, and I got second in absolute. So that was the first time, like, out of nowhere, like I've never won anything. Okay, well, before I even came back to Spain, I got double gold at American Nationals in the no-gi division. You know, not in the gi, nothing in the gi, but in the no-gi division, it was double gold, which was the first thing that was like crazy. So I had like a good confidence while coming back. I trained, and then I won pants, and then got second in absolute. So that was another step. And then like the training continued at AOJ, and there it's like So the training is basically the same. It's just that the competition class is more than like nogi based. So, but the training there with the girls is like always very like.
You did your last stage preparation in AOG before
before
Did
Worlds.
how you were there a couple of weeks before the Worlds or how?
No, because I flew to Pants. I won
yeah,
Pants
you
and I
stayed.
stayed. I stayed there
I
the
think
whole time.
that was also because everything just, and also winning the Pants gave you confidence.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I can do this because in your mind, if you can win Pants, you can win Worlds.
Yeah.
Like exactly what happened. But I think that was great. And I think actually, we were talking with you when you came, and I was like, okay, we're gonna go. We're gonna win it all. And then it's just insane when we talk after the Worlds. You're like, you made it exactly like we talk about it. It gives you a goosebumps still.
Yeah,
so
it was very interesting to see, because if you're always chasing the certain thing, the certain win, and then you never really get it, or you feel like, oh, you were so close, it's hard to like never have the actual result. So it was very random, like all of a sudden to first win like my first major, like Pan Ams, and then Worlds right away. So it's a very good confidence boost.
Nice.
Right? So
let's go through the tournament, like the World Championship. Was the bracket big? You remember how many matches you had?
I think 4 or 5
4
matches.
or 5. How it went? Was it submissions or points? Or actually, I know it, but I want to for the.
Well, I even have to think. I think I had 2 or 3 submissions. Yeah. And usually it's guillotines.
Yep.
So all the girls that watch, careful with my guillotines.
Yeah, I know, and I even know what is the setup. So, girls, watch.
Careful. Yeah, I love so my whole my game basically. I feel like in Pants and Worlds, only then kind of after these tournaments I really realized what my game is when I fight. It was interesting because in training, like I said, I always do kind of everything, but in competitions I try to just focus on obviously how everybody, just whatever is best.
Yeah.
So I was wrestling a lot. I was trying when they pull guard, I would always try to find the outside passing and catch the head. I did a highlight video of my Worlds matches and they all look like the same match, you know. So
and actually, I think we were working a little bit on that a few weeks ago with you on the villa. Where they go for your leg and they create the space and we go for the guillotine.
Exactly, that's what I did in all the competitions. So, yeah, it was great. I remember that day, I was on my period while Nogi Worlds, and I felt like shit. I was feeling very bad, and I was feeling super tight. The first match, me personally, I think I fought terrible, and then my friends were there as well. So they were saying you need to focus. What was that? You need to focus. And I was like, oh shoot, you're right. And then, so then I was even saying oh no, I don't feel well. And I remember my friends telling me hey, remember you train when you don't feel well. This is one point. That's why you should train always,
exactly.
Right? If you feel good or not. If you're used to fight and train whenever you also don't feel well, you're prepared, right? So yeah, it was surreal. A surreal situation after I won that. The competition, it didn't even feel real.
Yeah,
you know?
I can believe
it was what happened? My finals match was against a girl from Athos. She's very good in the gi, and I remember I had on her corner it was Andre Galvan, Sarah Galvan, Angelica Galvan, it was Adele Fornerino, you know.
But also you kind of you create your own kind of destiny. Also, you are working very hard.
Yeah.
You created the mindset of the winning mindset and everything. So, kind of way, I think that was destined. When you went there, you're like, "This is gonna be mine."
Yeah.
I know.
For
But it was
sure.
amazing. It is amazing, and I was also super proud because I have seen your journey, the full scale, and I was like, "Man, she did it." I was like, "Wow."
Yeah.
Amazing.
I remember when we were talking, we had these plans, oh, what could we do later? And I knew at first I need to win competitions.
Yeah.
And then our talk ended, I went to the States, I won Pants and Worlds, and I was like, okay, Miko, dig what you told me to do.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, come on, you made your part, so now I need to do mine. Which is gonna be, and I love to help you and your career on the way because you have a bright future. You're a smart, beautiful, and you know, and because you want to share. You're also one of the rare people who kind of resonates this kind of good energy always. You're most of the time you're in a good mood, excellent training partner, and just of course we have also bad days, but you don't show it. Like you are always like super positive, which is great because people, they want to be around with these kind of people, especially if you want to influence people, help them, whatever. This kind of quality helps it a lot because they want to be close to you because you are a positive influence. You are smiling. You are, always in a good mood most of the time.
Trying, exactly.
But you are doing great. You are doing great. You are doing great. But that was the world's unbelievable. What about immediately after? What happened after? You flew back here or what happened?
I stayed like just over Christmas and New Year's. I stayed there Christmas, New Year's, and then I came back and I had like 1 week until Gi Euros. And that was on like the first tournament where I again didn't place in the Gi, of course.
I think because you had the no-Gi, everything was like so much...
It's just I still don't have the switch in the Gi.
Yeah. But again, maybe it will happen, and it will happen when you win something big in a Gi, and then you kind of reckon, this is how I do it. Like in a no-Gi, like, okay, I do this, pam, and this will happen. Yeah. So kind of find your style, kind of way also in
I keep saying, like, I would feel super confident to like hop in the black belt division and like no-Gi worlds. Like I would have the confidence to do that. But every single like local purple belt Gi tournament is still like scaring me.
Well, we're just gonna need to do it and let's see how it goes and be flexible in your training. But I'm still pleased that you train both. And actually, funny fact, I think it was last year. I think it was a CGI. Last year was the first year when they did CGI. And that year, the ADCC champions, all of the ADCC champions, I think there was 7 or 8, well, I don't remember or whatever, like most of the people were also Gi competitors. Mm-hmm. And I was pleased to see it because I love all jiu-jitsu. Yeah. So I was like, okay, so the ADCC champions, all of them, like not all of them, but most of them also, compete in high level in Gi, which is kind of, because now everybody's like, Gi is dead, Gi is shit, man. But, stop that. Everybody does jiu-jitsu, so just train and I think you should train both.
Yeah, I think so too. Like I do feel like recently in like the no-Gi competitions is where like the money is going.
Yeah, of course. And no-Gi is now, but again, still the biggest tournaments in the world. They're Gi tournaments.
Yeah. And the difference between Gi worlds, black belt like finals and no-Gi worlds, it's crazy. It's crazy. The whole Gi worlds environment is just like, the venue is huge. Everybody's looking on like one mat, the lights, the music, everything. And no-Gi worlds is like, it's still like the same all like
everything's running and everything's...
Yeah, so especially IBJJF, there's a big difference. Like Gi and no-Gi, Gi is way bigger. Yeah. But I think that especially like if you're younger or like if you still haven't found like your game in like Gi and no-Gi, you should not like be like, oh, I only like no-Gi or only like Gi. It's very like nice to do both because at the end of the day, it's the same sport, right?
Exactly.
So just keep on like doing it. Like for example, I think I like the Gi more. Yeah. I like it more. Like when I train, I prefer the Gi, but I don't have the results in it. Like I have way better results in no-Gi, but I still like it, so why would I stop doing it?
And I think it's also, if you want to be a martial artist, if you want to, be a martial artist, mixed grappling artist maybe, so you should do both. And again, you can specialize, but I think it's also like this is so complex sport. And if you feel like, okay, I don't like to train in a Gi, that's exactly why you should be doing it. Or if you don't like no-Gi or whatever, because I have been doing 50-50 since I started, like half and half. Yeah. But I also I maybe enjoy Gi more. Like there is so much more stuff because no-Gi is nice, but it's submission wrestling. Everything is slippery and I play. I'm even more lazier in no-Gi.
Lapel chokes.
Yeah, with my lapel, and I wrap people, and I can, sweep them from under. And no-Gi is like I let them get into my back, and I'm like, okay, I can slip away from people. But if Gi, if I let it, it's totally different. But again, both, I love them both. But I think as a like perspective-wise, and especially if you want to be a teacher, like share your passion to the whole world, definitely you should do both because.
Yeah.
Then you can
should
also
be able to relate with everyone,
exactly,
right? Like Gi, no-Gi.
Exactly. And again, if you don't, if you don't train at Gi at all, belt. Well, belt's function is to keep the gi on the
Yeah,
position.
right?
So why do you need belts if you
Yeah.
only train? But again, just train. But I recommend to do both. But you know,
So you like the gi more?
I think I like the gi more.
Yeah.
I like there's so many details, and I love the aspect, like, because there is million stuff what you can do with the gi and all the grips and all kind of and of course I'm a little bit older, so I also like the fact that with gi I can kind of pin the guys more down. No gi is like we just go and sweaty and everything. It's like a wrestling with the soap bar. Fun, yes, but you know, gi is more. Even though here it's 40 degrees, but when we do gi, it doesn't matter. You are still not slippery. You have your clothes on. So basically, it's a super hard, but I have the same grips and everything.
Yeah.
No gi when it's, you know, when you are super sweaty, it's ridiculous. Like there's no
true.
grips and
That's
it's
true.
like it's just like we did. You remember last week or week before when we did together the late night class here? It was ridiculous.
Oh my God, that was
when we did the
crazy.
warm up, like
Yeah.
already like sweating each other's face, like let's.
Yeah, it was just like the first technique, and we were dripping sweat. I remember you saying, like, can you believe some like girl is coming in like now first training
class.
ever, first training ever, like training imagine with you, like all this like tattooed guy, like just,
And they are sweating.
yeah, dropping
What is
sweat
this?
on the.
Yeah. Not for me.
They would never come back.
No. And it was,
Oh my God.
that was. And but again, after that, they were having a gi class too.
Yeah.
Put the gis on. Tough,
Yeah.
but again, even though how hard it is, when you have a gi, you have basically the similar grips.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough. but-
I'm trying to do the gi as well, like right now,
Yeah.
even though it's so hot. It's crazy. Like in the no-gi class, we're like so many people, and then when no-gi finishes and there's gi, it's like
Yeah.
very little people here at the moment because it's like very warm.
It's strange. It's strange. But again, also it's always been like the summer, especially here in Spain, people tend to do more no-gi because it's like super hot.
Yeah.
But again, it's also mental. So you can also do gi when it's 40 degrees. You're just gonna do it. But if you don't do it and then you're gonna start, okay, maybe I'll try gi, then it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
But if you kind of build the
That's
discipline,
true.
like I'm gonna do it, I don't, it's a little bit hot. Who cares? Just put the gi on and let's go.
Yeah.
You know?
So that's true. Yeah. No, I like both. I like both. It's
Okay,
all
so what about your diet? What do you eat? Do you eat healthy?
good. This is the worst
Look at
thing
this.
right now for me.
Caught.
Yeah.
No, it's
So-
and again, don't feel any pressure because also understand you're a smart girl, so you are learning, but this is a big part. And also now when we are finding the the weight category and everything, so tell me a little bit.
So I think this is eventually also going to be a topic that I want to like influence people in a
Good.
good way about.
Nice.
So I, for the longest time, literally since the first competition I did, the Europeans, like 2020, since then I like started to struggle a lot with food. Like
Okay.
I had like the craziest like eating disorders, like, but that was really because of the weight categories,
Okay.
you know? And before I really thought I was like alone or that like this doesn't happen to people, but I keep hearing more and more about it, that there's a lot of issues with like athletes that compete in like a certain weight class and like, or that need to look a certain way, that people very like struggle with it. So yeah, it's just, I hear it a lot. Like people compete, they like drop weight and then they eat like crazy.
They
but
compensate
out of
immediately
their
after
mind.
pump
Yeah,
paddy
if-
people. Like,
yeah, exactly,
What
like,
do?
I like,
not
yeah,
must
I
be
like
healthy.
don't exaggerate when I like say like I would lose weight and then like next for weeks I would eat like 5,000, 6,000 calories per day, like, or like just nonstop, you
Yeah.
know, like a lot. Like I would eat like crazy. It's yeah,
But it's
so
just a switch. But do
it's
you?
the mind.
Well, I think that's also one of your goals. What needs to be like,
Yeah.
it cannot be like, it should be like, okay, after the competition, okay, I can have let's say, okay, today I'm gonna have a pizza, burger, whatever. But
Yeah.
like overall, we are in the same. Not like then we go nuts for a couple of weeks and then we feel shit again, and
Yeah.
then it's like this kind of bouncing around. It needs to be
Yeah,
like,
it's a crazy topic. It's very mental. It's like all psychology.
Yeah.
So for the past like year, I was working with like Jay from like JJ Nutrition.
Yeah.
Like so, I had a very good nutritionist, and then I would like struggle a lot with like I would kind of not listen to what he would say because like the mind was saying different things, right? So I recently, like a few months ago, I like talked to him and I said that maybe we should like stop the work for now.
Yeah.
Because my goal was to like really like pursue like a psychologist and that like point that would like guide me the right way. Because at that point, like if you really struggle, like just a normal nutritionist, even if he works with athletes, I feel like it's gonna be hard to like that person can help you if it's like that mental already.
Yeah.
So this is why right now I'm like very in the face of like I wanna like, because I was like very heavy, so I want to go like down like very slow in weight. Like for example, now my next competition would be ADCC trials.
Yeah.
But trials in ADCC is the lowest weight class that I would ever have to go, which is 55 kilos.
Yes.
And right now I'm like 64 kilos.
So you
right?
have 6 weeks for 9 kilos.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're small anyway. So.
Before I'd be like, hell yeah, I'll do it. You know, like I'll do it somehow, especially weigh-ins are a day before. So I would just kill myself in the sauna, you know, like we did with the boys like last time. But now it's like, I want to go like slowly down, especially if I want to fight like the lower weight class as a black belt. So now I just want to like find the correct way to like constantly be in like one weight class. Because before I would also like in 1 week have 2 tournaments, compete in one at like 58 kilos and then in the next one at like 65 the same week, you know, and then again go down. Like this is not correct.
You need to find the proper category and then like now we are there and it's easy. And then also good idea because you're going to be probably be invited to super fights and stuff like that in the future. So if they say like if you are close and everybody knows your weight category and you're like you can always like get into your category, let's say in 2 weeks more or less. Because you say, okay, Janette, we have a super fight for you. Yeah, I'm 12 kilos over.
Yeah,
so
exactly. Like
I need 4 months to prepare. Not like be close to there because then you are more flexible also for the opportunities.
Yeah, I feel like this is also like kind of a discipline thing, right? If you have the discipline to like training like 6 hours a day, it's interesting. Like yes, you can say like you should have the discipline to eat well, but sometimes it's like very mental. You know, like sometimes.
I think many times actually anything what's related to food, it's very mental because it gives you this, you know, feeling good and you feel like maybe as an athlete like this is my reward. This is my reward. I have earned it, and you kind of have earned it. But if you do it like this, you're gonna probably regret every single time after a few weeks. Like, why did I do this? Because you know how the work. There is a lot of work, so you can get back in your shape and everything. So
for sure. Like,
what about supplements? Do you take any supplements?
Not really. Like I was like taking creatine for a while. I think I'm gonna go like back to like take some stuff. No, just like normal vitamins. But wait, what did I want to say? I forgot what I wanted.
I don't know when you talk about the supplements. Maybe you said something about that. No?
Well, like for now, it's just like finding the weight, like the right weight class. Like I don't have like the supplements, but it's just finding the...
Yeah, but you are on the way because first now we are talking about it and you're working on it. So and it's big part. And again, you're 21 now, so you have still like all the biggest stuff, hopefully it's still in front of you.
Yeah.
So now we need to find because that's going to be a big thing. Then the mind is come, okay, this is where I am, and and I'm really close, like max like 5 kilos, what is going to be a fighting weight. That's an optimal. And you can 100% do it. It needs to be, you know, structured right way. But I think that's for a longevity also and for the super fights and everything, it just makes you more flexible. And then and I think for a long term for your body. Otherwise you are torturing your body so much.
First, when I was like, before moving here even, I was already like very obsessed with like dieting and losing weight and all that stuff. So I had 1 complete year of my life where I didn't have my period.
Oh, you know? Really?
For women, that's not good.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, and because of the food stuff, you're up and down.
So like I didn't have my period for like 1 year, and it took me until like, I think I was like, it was just before moving here, or maybe I was like 14, 15. Yeah. And then up until last year, it took to like be more or less.
Oh, like, like consistent, like okay.
Exactly, then and now when I cut weight after that, like I see that like maybe my period doesn't come for like a month or 2 still again, you know. Yeah. And these are signs of the body that like something is not going well.
100%, you know? 100%. But again, very good that you see what is happening and you're not ignoring like, oh, I'm just going to do my thing. You know, you're trying to find the perfect kind of balance. And also because you push your body a lot. So we need to have all the pieces together so we can do this for a long time, not like we do now, hard couple of years, and then when you are 25,
exactly.
you know, I have a nice gig for you. Let's go teach in Dubai. I cannot. My body is breaking.
Yeah. My God, that's scary because it's actually a possibility.
Yeah, but no, because we are scared. We cannot let it go so bad. We are just need to react like driving a ship. Like you're not going to do fastly, but we are just trying to correct a little bit so that.
Do you know how to drive a ship?
No, but you are thinking about it because I was so confident. Like, same like when I when I go to play golf, for example, on the range. I have played golf maybe 10 times in my life. But when I go there, I take the bat and I'm like iron 6 and I put one ball there and everybody, wow. I was like, I have no idea. But the one swing, it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Like same as my Spanish. Some sentences. Sometimes I say something like people are. Wow, and then they start to talk like, I have no idea.
Next podcast, we need to record in Spanish.
Oh, yeah. Let's try.
Or in Finnish.
Or in Finnish. So what do you do when you don't train jiu-jitsu? Do you have any hobbies other side, out of the match? What do you do for a relax?
Sleep? No, I'm joking. Well, wow, that's a very random question out of nowhere.
I know. That's what I do.
Well, I do feel like I'm trying to put everything very like related to jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Like usually like I like a lot to like just study about like just for myself, right?
Yeah.
Not like in a university or something.
Yeah,
just for myself, I study lots about like psychology and like self-improvement, like all this stuff.
Great.
I like to like either read or like listen like audiobooks about like that stuff. I do that a lot. I love to learn languages.
Oh,
I like that. Like, cause I already like know some, so I would love to learn French.
Because the world gets, smaller in the sentence when you learn how to speak multiple languages. Yeah. It's so amazing when you can engage with people. It's truly amazing. Like, then you can have a, connection with more people, and especially when you travel a lot, you meet a lot of people. It's so nice when you can communicate with them in a different level.
Well, and besides that, just like trying to be a little less athlete and like go out with friends and do like more stuff. Like, because really, like when I was a kid as well, like I would, like I said, like I would never like my friends would want to go to the like a public like swimming pool or something, and then I would be like, no, I have training at that time. Yeah. And I'm still very much like it. And I think this is the right approach, like you were saying, if you want to achieve something. But until a certain point, you still need to be like. Yeah,
and it's like you need to have a priority. If your priority is jiu-jitsu and growing in that way, that is a priority. But a prime example, Santeri. We were talking with Santeri, like before he won anything, we were brainstorming with Santeri, like what is the, why we are not winning? We have everything, and then we were like, oh, we need to have a balance. Yeah. We need to have a balance, and I took him out and we were partying a little bit and drinking and stuff like that. Of course, like a couple of times a year. But you need to have some kind of a balance, because then you are in the cycle. And I also think that your creativity takes a hit if you live this vicious cycle of training and you are in your bubble. You need to a little bit go outside, because otherwise I don't think you are so creative in a match. Like then you are become a little bit not boring but predictable maybe. Little bit. So you need to have some kind of a balance, and also it's good for your mind. Oh, normal world, normal people. Exactly. What is this? Like,
Yeah, even yesterday I had like a jiu-jitsu session, and then we were supposed to then after have strength and conditioning, and then I would have the private. Yeah. So after the jiu-jitsu session, we just left the gyms, like the gym, me and 2 other girls, just to literally buy banana. Yeah. Like bananas to like eat after training, and we like left the gym and we were like, wow, fresh air. It's so nice to just leave the gym for a second, it's just, you come back and it's like renewed.
But it's like, but it's still the spine of our life, like the training and everything what happens here. But it's good to, and I'm always struggling. You see this meme, I saw it on Facebook, where it says this guy, there is a salad, and the guy had like a 3 liter of like a bottle of olive oil. And like me, pouring this jiu-jitsu in the normal conversation.
Exactly. Just like, trying to bring jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, because just trying to talk but it's always come back. So, but it's great to have some kind of a balance.
Yeah.
And with normal people, because everybody doesn't do jiu-jitsu. And even though in our mind, like everybody should do it, but we should be also understanding that some people, they don't do jiu-jitsu, and we can still spend time. I rarely spend any time with people who doesn't train. And I should switch it a little bit, because there is also a lot of people who doesn't train.
Yeah,
but
for sure. Yeah, the craziest thing is that the day when I won Nogi Worlds, we went to eat after sushi, my favorite.
Yeah.
Just for everybody to know, sushi's my favorite. Okay, so we went to eat, and then we were just like, can you believe that all of these people in the restaurant, they don't even have an idea what even happened right now?
Yeah.
And nobody would even care.
No, but if something happens, you could choke each and every one of them.
Yeah, yeah.
So if something
if they
happens,
don't bring my sushi, that's
where's
it.
my salmon roll?
Exactly.
I'm ready to
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I would. If they don't bring my I'm serious.
What is your favorite sushi then?
Whatever.
Whatever.
No, honestly,
okay,
yeah, but
so
I think like the favorite is just like, I don't even know the names of, but just like rice and salmon, if it's like flamed salmon, or just like all the baked sushis.
Oof. Okay, what about
Can we
your?
go eat sushi?
No, you want
I'm hungry.
Oh, I know, we can have sushi. So let's order some sushi, because this show, we have unlimited budget. So,
Oh my God, please, if anybody like sees this, send us a sushi sponsor. So next time we can have
Exactly.
we can
even have a podcast only talking about your sushi.
Exactly.
But you need to make a good deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you love sushi. What about if you need to choose one dessert? What is your favorite?
Oh,
like some sweets or whatever, ice creams or cookies,
like
or some sweet treat.
Chocolate brownie. I love brownies in general.
Now we we are just talking about how we control our weight, and now we're talking about sushis and chocolate.
This is not
but
the
this
way,
is the
Miko.
discipline part.
Miko, you're not helping me.
No. And now we're gonna go eat some broccoli.
Yeah.
Stop this.
Yeah, sure. Oh my God.
Oh. Is there something that you want to still share? What did you say for the girls who are thinking about going to jiu-jitsu, but they don't have the courage to do the first training? Any tips for them?
I feel like just the way I talk to them is always very like, I take the fear that they have.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I'm very good in like showing them that, hey, like, don't be scared. Like, it's all good. And it works, honestly. Like, the other day I went with Jürgen, we went to judo. And then there were like a few girls, and I was telling them, hey, let's go tomorrow, because it was a Friday, like today, right?
Yeah. Morning training at 10. That's the only thing what we know.
Yeah. So I was telling them, hey, tomorrow we have an open mat, like in jiu-jitsu. Come visit. They're like, oh, no, I'm kind of scared. I was like, no, come on, let's do it. Yeah. And then one of the girls came, and I was so happy.
Nice.
Like it works. It works, and I really love when like these girls, like, of course it's easier for them because like they already do judo, so it's kind of similar, right?
Yeah.
It's harder if like it's somebody that has like never done anything like this
and especially
before.
in grappling, because people are scared. If somebody grabs you, like normal people, they have no idea. They are full of panic. Somebody grabs your ankle or somebody grabs your wrist or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
of
but
course,
judo
that's
background
crazy,
is like you're used to it. But it must be also for judo, for the people who do judo, when they come to jiu-jitsu, it's a different ball game. I remember one of our guys, Pedro Pablo, amazing judo guy.
Yeah.
And he started to train with us jiu-jitsu around when the corona was. And I remember when Pedro come train with us, and Miko, look at my belly, I can barely, tie my belt. And the guy was still young and, really good in judo. And actually with him, I remember we started rolling, and I tried some also and he smashed me down, but I was able to finish him from the bottom. And then after all the rounds, I always go and I'm gonna take it. I said, why? I said, of course I'm not gonna, if you are extremely good at judo, I don't just try to pull guard. I try to play against you and just throw me down and I will accept it. But judo, I love judo. Judo is amazing. And that's also a great thing. How has been the judo training been? Do you enjoy it or you do it just for kind of a wider perspective?
Yeah, for sure. Like I still use judo only like for the jiu-jitsu part. It's not that I just like, I'm not going to be a judo competitor, right?
But it's great to add, like when you do jiu-jitsu, wrestling, judo, amazing. And if we could have even, catch wrestling on top of that, catch wrestling is amazing. So my first coach was actually catch wrestling historian. So Jasse Junkari, all my best. So catch wrestling, amazing.
Yeah.
And I think Jasse actually, I think he told me when I started, like, Mikko, we want to be mixed grappling artists. So I have been studying also in that way, like catch wrestling, judo, and I just, bring stuff to my game, and I love it because then you create your own truly unique blend of techniques, and you're gonna have your own style, which is probably not so predictable, and also like more enjoyable. You have your own style, and you're making it work for you.
For sure.
Not like, okay, I'm gonna decide this is gonna be my game. Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna learn ABC.
Yeah, that's also. I don't think that works like this. Yeah, but it's cool to like do different things, and like I think it's nice. Like if I have jiu-jitsu as like the main priority, to do the different things. Like just also for fun. Like,
exactly. Or for fun, but also it supports.
Exactly, it supports.
Yeah. For example, if we go climbing, it's nice, but why do we do it? Because of the grips.
It's the grips is the key. Or like table tennis.
Like everything, a paddle boarding, everything is about balance,
Yeah, hey, it's true.
Yeah.
It's
but
true.
basically anything that you do is like, but I think we should do more than a different sports.
Yeah.
Like try maybe once a week, try to go do something that we have never done before, just for excitement, and also because it's still sport, it's still good for us. And I think we would enjoy it, and because we are pretty good in all sports, so it would be nice to test different kind of stuff and just be a little bit open. But we'd rather come to do extra training on Sunday. Let's do 1.5 hour rolling.
Just random. No, but yeah, when I'm here in Spain, I do judo with Jürgen at least like once a week, and then when I'm in the States, many times I go and train wrestling at Hybrid Academy with Rick. The guy we filmed the video. So like he's a like a great person.
Oh yeah.
Like there's the same thing, like because he trains at AOJ too, right? So there's when I like get to know all these people that like work really hard for like their goals and like are very disciplined
and also the work ethic and everything, and it's great to be surrounded people like
around
this.
People like this.
And because the discipline is the key. Motivation comes and goes.
Yeah.
But what brings you the results is the discipline. It's the discipline. And because most of the times you're not motivated. Some days you go training, yes. But most of the times you're gonna go like the discipline part. And actually I was thinking about making a motivational video about discipline maybe next week, because it's rewarding when you have discipline, because then you start to feel like yes, I was able to do again one day of all of what I needed to do. It was not easy, but when you stick to that, it's like a snowball. It gets bigger and you feel more better. And then you're like, now I cannot stop now. And if you kind of miss your routines a little bit, then you feel super guilty and everything.
Yeah.
But I love discipline. And I think more successful you come, the more you're going to have different levels of discipline. Like as an athlete and as a human being, like you're going to start to add stuff like levels of discipline. For example, I do stretching, Wim Hof breathing, kettlebells, abs. I do all of this every single day. And I love it. I love the process, because when I go to sleep, I really feel like, okay, I made myself a better version. Because my goal the rest of my life is to make me a better version of myself every day. Yeah. And that's rewarding at itself, like the journey. I'm enjoying the journey because but the only way is to do the discipline. You need to push yourself, but it's still rewarding because you're doing it for yourself.
Yeah, that's what I love to hear. Like when you were asking me what do you do in your free time, like if I'm like just like hanging out, or if I listen to like podcasts, or like I love to like listen to like Andrew Huberman. And I don't know if you know. Like I listen to like every day, like self-improvement, like being a better version every day.
Same. I do exactly the same, and I love kind of finding these podcasts that these people are talking about the same stuff what I'm doing, because it's hard. Like if I eat, let's say for example, now I hate walnuts, but I know how good they are. So I eat them like 50 grams a day, and then I start to maybe Google, benefits of walnuts. And I'm looking at and then I go like some podcast where they talk about benefits of walnuts, and then I'm like, okay, It's thank you for giving me the courage to eat more walnuts.
You're like,
no, it just tastes like cardboard, but I do it. I eat broccoli also, which I hate.
What is your favorite food?
I don't know. I like chicken, but if I could choose one, that's my main food. But my kind of a treat food, I'm a burger man. maybe waffle fries, nice burger.
Hey, if you would have just told me chicken right now, like I would have
Yeah,
just
but
left at this point.
that's my fuel. But I'm a burger man, and detail, like if you can have like multiple dips, let's say 5, 6 different kind of dips, where you can go with your waffle fries and like a lot of different dips, a lot of tuning.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe that's why.
Yes.
And of course, I love also pizza with pineapple. So there you go, guys. It's but in Finland, the most famous pizza, and like what everybody eats in Finland, is pineapple ham and blue cheese pizza. That's the biggest one in Finland.
Oh my God, Mikko.
So Finland, and blue cheese pineapple pizza. All the Finnish people say, yeah.
What's wrong with you guys?
I don't know. I don't know.
You know, at work, like my boss, he's an Italian guy,
Yeah.
And we talked the other day about these things, you know. So, and I was like, "What? You guys get like very mad if there's like pineapple or something on the pizza?" And he was like, "Of course."
Immediately, bam.
Yeah, like nobody puts pineapple on the pizza. He was like telling me, he was like, pineapple is good when it's cold. Like it can't be warm on a pizza. And when I talked to him about breaking the pasta, he's like, you know?
It's a personal. It's a personal thing for them.
He was like, if the pasta was supposed to be shorter, it would have just been shorter, you know? So yeah,
It's unbelievable. But
very funny.
for me and the gym's official point is like, eat whatever you want, as long as you eat. But try to eat healthy.
Yeah.
Try to eat healthy, and you know. And again, it's easier to eat healthy when you're gonna start to train, because you're gonna see the effects.
Yeah.
You're gonna see it. Okay, if I eat, you know, badly, my machine is not working so effectively. So in jiu-jitsu, it's like easy to also start to eat healthier, because you can see like, okay, I can perform better when I eat properly. So it's again part of the process.
I feel it a lot. If I'm like in a phase where I eat very good, then I feel very good in training. You know, and if I have like me after like eating something like not good, like to then train at night, it's impossible.
Yeah.
Like it just didn't give you the fuel you needed.
And I think it's natural, because it's your body's fuel. Like what kind of fuel you put in the machine. Like and I don't know, especially when you get older, now I can feel it. Like I'm like a princess stomach now, but I have like, my diet is like, and I still enjoy it. Like even though it's strict diet, but I enjoy it and I make tasty food. But it's like, now if I eat anything like out of my comfort zone, and that's why I'm so excited about my India trip.
I know.
6 weeks in India. Mikko, take your probiotics. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, I love chicken curry, but chicken tikka masala.
Oh, tikka masala is and like the color when it's pink, a little bit. The sauce, it's oof.
Can we stop talking about food actually? Like, and I'm like, I'm like proper hungry.
Yeah, I know, because I had my, and actually, you know what I had on my paper? I had like a fried eggs and a little bit of oatmeal with some fruits, because now I learned, like after training, if I'm filming, I want to eat something a little bit. So
well, for next time I know. At least he gave me a banana, so that helped me. But if not, like
I would be needing to tap.
Yeah.
All right. Is there something that you want to talk or say hello to?
I want to know some like random fact about you.
Okay. What is
like
random?
I don't know, just like something very random, like that you've not like told anyone in like a podcast before. Do they know about the poker thing?
I don't know if they know that I used to play professional poker. And actually, I was in Las Vegas one time. Actually, betting company paid me to go there. And I remember my girlfriend then there, and because they don't have any windows anywhere. Yeah. I remember I was playing, like I went to breakfast, and then she was like, let's go outside. No, I see only the gambling machines. And I went to play Sopranos, this kind of a machine.
Yeah.
And I remember I played like a couple of bucks like this, and then I won 600. And normal people, what they do? Yes. And off. What did I do? There was this girl in a bikini. I ordered mojito. It was like 8:30 or something like that. And I stayed there, and I lost it all, and maybe double even more.
Obviously.
Yeah. And my girlfriend came back, and it was like 11. What is happening? I lost it all.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But yeah, I have a lot of stuff. But that was the one thing that I have probably not tell to anybody. But yeah, Sopranos machine gave me 600, and then I lost lost much more.
Oh
But
my God.
that was my big. I was there only 4 days, but it was insane. We even took the helicopter. This is funny. We took the helicopter ride on top of Las Vegas, and the helicopter, the pilot was also Elvis impersonator. So he was telling us, on the left side, we have this hotel.
Really? That's crazy. That's Vegas.
That was so Vegas, and I was like, baby, we made it.
Oh my God.
Right.
But yeah, that's crazy. A professional poker player.
Yeah, and I used to do gambling also, but eventually that lost me everything. So I was successful in when I begin, because I'm an addicted mindset. I have been addicted to many different subjects. Now I'm addicted to self-growth and jiu-jitsu, which is good.
Which is the best.
Which is good. But yeah, I started as I do sports betting. I was calculating my own odds and everything, and I was pretty good. But I was almost the first wave, the internet poker players. I started to play like, it was when I get from military to 2000, like big wave. I was winning, but because I'm an addicted mindset, so I couldn't go the morning piss before I opened the machine and went to play. So eventually I lost it all. I lost everything and even more. I was a gambling addict. I lost my money and other people's money.
Yeah.
But I stopped playing, and I understand that I'm an addict and.
But like, if you were like really like an addict, how hard was it to stop, right? Because usually it's very hard for people.
Of course it was hard, but because I lost it all. One day, one night, I was losing every single penny what I had, and I was just like, okay. Now it all stopped, because when you're an addict, you don't think about like controlling, and I would be probably still playing if I wouldn't be addict, because I would control, I can only lose this part of my money. And in some parts, I was able to do it, like, okay, now I'm only losing this, but when you're addicted, and especially when you get bad beats, like bad luck in professional poker play. So for example, I flop a flush draw, so best hand in poker, I was playing in Omaha, and the other guy was flopping, like he got 2 more cards, and he went past me, but I had like 99.5% of odds winning in that point when I put all of my money in, and then I lost, and that flipped me like, what the f*** is this? And then I started to put more money, not like, okay, I'm gonna stop. No, my decision was like, I'm gonna play more. But again, it was, and also that experience made me the man who I am today. And
but at that time when this happened, did you have anything else? Like, because your whole life was like surrounded.
Yeah, I had a girlfriend, right? And actually back in the day I had a girlfriend, and my daughter Mila was just born. And I still remember when I lost my biggest monies, and I remember my daughter was just born, and she started to wake up in the morning, because I was always playing on the nighttime, because US players were my main opponents. So I was just looking at the computer, like I heard she started crying, and I was like, what did I just do? I just lost everything. Yeah. But it was not my decision. My addiction was driving that. Yeah. But then I stopped that, and I went to the normal job, and understood like, okay, this is it. And of course, good times also. It was like in some parts I was making a lot of money, traveling the world and, doing crazy stuff. And when you are winning, come on, it's the best. You are playing, and then you make like a lot of money per month. So it was interesting. I still sometimes play lottery, because I love the idea that, just to be a kid, like, what are you gonna do if you're gonna win 35 million? Yeah. But now I don't spend a lot of money. I put maybe 2 or 3 euros. But I still believe, like, never grow old. The mindset, like, be a kid in your mind. What are you gonna do if you win? Of course, I'm not gonna win probably. But I love the idea that I pay the 1 euro for the
But
dream.
hey, what would you do with the money?
I don't know. I would probably do a lot of good things. 100% I would create some kind of a training center where we teach the people who cannot afford of training, and then putting them in the competitions. We would pay it all, and maybe create some kind of a system around the world. So we take under our umbrella for, kids who doesn't have the opportunity to train, but we will give them. And I would start to travel around the world, meet different people, and when I always meet people who I want to help, I would just help them. Money-wise, or building something, or give them opportunities. Just, travel around and find those people who really who I connect with, and just help them. Somehow
I think it would be very interesting to see if you would like.
I have a firm idea that I will make it on a big way also at some point, because I think now I'm ready for it. My mindset and everything, and I'm gonna do. If I have a big budget, I'm gonna do such a crazy things in a positive way. Yeah. Because I want to definitely share it for people, and I want to help people because helping people is my biggest passion.
Yeah.
And when you have a lot of money, it's a little bit easier to help people, you know, and also because people
then you don't need to be thinking like, oh, how am I going to survive?
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
And that's not a solution that you know, and I have done that also. I have been burned many times. So I have been helping with people. So basically, if I don't have a lot of money, but some people who I trust, they ask me, oh, can you a little bit because I don't have anything? And then I'm okay, for sure. And then they never paid. And I have been burned even with the, like, AKA friends. So that's not the way. You need to be secure first. That's when you're on an airplane. First put the HO2 mask on yourself and then help other people. But I'm like,
true.
I used to be like everybody else before and then the last position.
But I'm just saying because like I already like have an idea of all like your project or like all your thoughts about like the like near future. So, and I think already that's very interesting. So if you would win in the lottery, that would be great.
And what a story. Can you imagine then the podcast where we were like, okay, we won actually the lottery and now we're gonna, and actually I would start to do I would continue to do the podcast, but then I would fly. First thing when I would fly, I would contact Marcelo Garcia. Hi, my name is Mikko, I'm a big fan. So I want you to, how much is a couple of hours of private and can we do a 1 hour of podcast on top of that? I will pay the hourly rate and then I would fly there with my phone and with my microphones and I would train with Marcelo and then do the podcast because I'm a biggest fan, like Marcelo is.
Yeah, so guys, anybody that has close connections to Marcelo Garcia,
exactly.
You know.
Bring us together. I would love to fly there and meet this guy, and because I can feel his energy. He's a good guy. I would love to meet him, and also because he was not the biggest guy.
Yeah.
He's jiu-jitsu, but
that's what you really think that is impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, and also how he does, how he teaches. I just sense that he's a person that I would match. Yeah. And I don't know. I think he seems like legit good guy, and I would love to meet him. And I'm pretty sure that will happen one day.
It will happen.
But that's gonna be my fan moment.
If you foresee exactly that, you'll be filming the podcast like.
Marcelo. But I just want to say, what about Marcelo? What do you think?
Yeah.
What if we got the guillotine? What is the elbow?
Exactly.
But it will happen one day. It will happen one day.
For sure.
What is the next plans for you now? We're getting ready for the ADCC. You're gonna do the competition? No.
Depends on
You're gonna do the next one is gonna be the Europeans or Euros. Euros is gonna be the next.
No, it's gonna be ADCC trials, right? But like, let's see how the weight is. Yeah. I say that now because
you do a higher category if you feel like.
Yeah, it's 65 kilos. That would be what I'm like now. I'm like a little less than that now, but still, like these girls, they cut like crazy. Yeah. So I don't really want to like have the risk of getting injured right now. Yeah. No, I don't know. Let's see. But the thing is that you know how the first ADCC trials don't count for the women here.
Oh God.
You know. So only like the boys get the ticket for like worlds. But if you win trials as a girl, like the first ones, now they don't count. Only the ones in February. You know, that's why I'm like, I'm not gonna like kill myself for that tournament.
No.
You know, but for sure Euros after that, and hopefully if everything goes good, I go like the class lower, just so.
Cool.
Like well, I'm just stuck right now because I'm waiting for my like the athlete visa that I'm doing.
But again, what we can do while we are, waiting. Training, and
exactly
put to 1% every day, making ourselves better versions on and off the mats.
Exactly.
But I think, Janette, we covered everything what is in my mind. So if you want to say hello to somebody still, Mama, Mom, Mila, Mom, my brother,
friends and family and people that support me, I love you.
Yes, that's it. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Mikko. Oh my
and guys,
God,
go train, keep smiling, and remember, jiu-jitsu never dies, baby. Boom. Woo.